Good morning, Ultimate Coach, Facebook family. It is a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday morning here in Ahwatukee, Arizona, just outside of Phoenix. I think it's technically part of Phoenix. Definitely starting to get warmer. Somebody turned the heat setting up last weekend for sure. Got to 106. I think it'll be 100 today. And instead of 55 in the morning, it's like 65, 70. So we're getting there. This is going to be a very, very different live this morning. And I'm not going to be sharing so much about what I usually share about, not that that's relevant, but this entire live is an acknowledgement and honoring of my wife, Louisa Milano. Now, what does that have to do with being, one might say? Great question. Glad you asked that. And I'll share a couple of answers, if you will. It's a fairly common or unsurprising thing when somebody makes mention of, wow, Steve and Amy's relationship, look how long it's lasted. I wish I had a relationship like that. I wish somebody thought of me that way. Well, relationships are a function of being, right? Relationships aren't what they are what we create them to be. So for me, what I'm hoping you'll get a little sense of is the kind of being that you would need to be to create great relationships in your life. So while I'll be sharing about Louisa, I'd love for you to listen to this about you. Imagine you're being spoken of this way. Imagine you're speaking of someone this way. I was married before Louisa to an amazing woman with whom I had two beautiful children. And like most marriages, it began with love and romance and connection and closeness and fun and all these things. And somehow, 12 years later, it had transformed into, I got to get out of here. This isn't working. I can't breathe. I can't be me. Whatever was going on at the time. And we're tempted to look at that and say, well, what changed and what do they do? And well, what shifted was our being. What shifted was a being that went from creating somebody as loving and supporting and caring and beautiful and sexy and all these things to somebody who, when somebody says, how are things? Well, a little rough at home, or my wife's doing this again, and we speak into creation a whole different relationship. And over time, slowly but surely, we speak that relationship all the way to, I got to get out of here. Part of my declaration has stuff in there about Louisa Milano. I am madly in love with my beautiful, powerful, sexy, gorgeous, caring, adoring wife, Louisa Milano. And sometimes I go longer, sometimes I go shorter. I kind of ad-lib it. I'm curious, does your declaration have something about your relationship in it? One you have or one you'd like to have? One of my one-on-one clients, after working with him for a while, he was able to see that nothing in his declaration spoke to a relationship. Well, I'm not in one, he said. And my response was, yeah, well, how do you think you're going to get in one if you're not creating it? You think it's going to show up, or you're going to have to show it up? So I think it ended up saying something like, I'm grateful and deeply in love with my soulmate. Maybe I've already met her. I can't remember what it said, but he started creating with his word the idea of what he wanted to bring into the world. For the last 20 years, one of the things that I've personally done is create and work from a relationship vision. What do I want to create in my next relationship? What do I want in this relationship? Always sort of creating what it's going to be, not seeing what shows up or what I kind of default into doing. And I've committed many people to producing a relationship vision. And what's extraordinary is how fast they can go from creating a relationship vision to the universe saying, hey, here you go. Here's that you were looking for. One of the gentlemen in my small group coaching program, it's called Creating from Commitment. We were doing a one-on-one call, and the whole idea of creating from commitment is, what do you want to create that you think is going to take 3 years? Let's do it in 3 months. And he was all oriented around work stuff and business stuff, and then at one point he said something like, and you'll notice this is all about work stuff. I'm paraphrasing, but essentially, because I'll get to that personal stuff, later. After this is done, then I can do that. And by the time it was coming out of his mouth, he knew I busted him. He knew where this was going. And he goes, "Oh, you're probably gonna make me talk about that now, aren't you?" I said, "I'm just listening here, man." And over the course of maybe the next 20, 30 minutes, he really got committed to this idea of, I want to be with somebody. I want to find somebody. By the time we spoke again the next week, he said, "You're not going to believe this. Somebody who I've known for a lot of years called me up. We've been, passing each other. Like, she's an incredible woman. Like, it came out of nowhere." I said, "Well, it didn't come out of nowhere. You created that." Now, it's not to say this is his soulmate or this is who he'll be together forever, but maybe it's the first pull of the string. So, with the rest of our time together this morning, good morning, Ben. I want to create for you a sense of this incredible woman that I am deeply blessed and honored to spend my life with, to create with, to serve with. Louisa Milano. I want to share some of the things that she does and how she bees that, while I know I am worthy and deserving of, I still experience incredible gratitude and humility that I get this. The other day I was sitting at my little desk, the inside desk, and there's a mirror on the wall that I use for, kind of like a whiteboard. It's a mirror, but I use it like a whiteboard. And I had some stuff on there, and I looked up, and on the bevel of the mirror, there were some letters. She had taken a whiteboard marker and written, "I love you for infinity plus one day," which is something that we will say to each other, right? We'll be together forever plus one day. I think it was, "I love you forever plus one day." And I was like, how cool is that? She just wrote that there. This morning, I woke up. I do my Wim Hof breathing. Hello, Mr. Morgan. How are you, Brian? Been loving your videos, brother. Really loving that you're putting yourself out there and sharing. If you guys aren't checking out Brian and listening to his incredible, beautiful, loving, wise words, you should do that. Go hit that guy up, and he's got some incredible gifts to share. So I'm sitting there doing my Wim Hof breathing, and she brought me my Athletic Greens. We use this product called Athletic Greens. It's like a scoop powder, and it's got 85,000 different vitamins and minerals. It's actually really good. I love it. And she'll have her Athletic Greens, and she'll shake mine up for me and bring it to me and refill my water bottle. Like, how cool is that? Everybody on this planet should, sometime in their life, have a Louisa Milano. Not my Louisa Milano, but your own. Man, how she thinks, how her mind works, both to solve problems, to think about others, think about the world, think about herself, what she could be creating, what she could be working on. It's just an honor to watch that. Be present to it. Last week, it was actually a week ago, I had a one-on-one client coming here, and he lives a couple hours from here, so we were going to meet in person. And I had set out a little bowl, with like a couple fruits and like some power bars or whatever stuff is in there, like one bars we use, and some snacks in there. I thought, when I go to Steve's, he always got like little snacks there. I'm like, I'll try that. Totally copying Steve. And to be honest, the bowl I put him in, everything's kind of a little squished. But I'm like, yeah, whatever, it'll be fine. You can sort through it. Like I'm a guy. I'm like, yeah, it's in the bowl. What more do you want? About an hour later, I was wandering around. I was like, that's a different bowl. I went to my wife. I said, love, did you upgrade my bowl? She goes, yeah, I did. I thought I wanted to look nice. I was like, man, how cool is that? Like the thoughtfulness, the care, the love, the willingness to give. One of the things that I appreciate so much about the firecracker sauce, right? Don't throw that away. If you haven't found her, speaking of which, thank you, Ben. Louisa's commitment to creating content is mind-blowing, astounding, humbling. People might look at that, hi Heather, good morning, and go, oh, she's so good at it, I wish I was that good at it. Let me tell you, she has worked for years diligently. She did a program once with a woman by the name of Varian Brandon. I think she created 3 or 4 posts a day for like 6 months. Like the discipline that she has poured into honing her craft, learning to create. You don't wake up one morning and just start putting out social posts and reels and lives like she does. It doesn't happen overnight. This is years of her commitment to it. Breakdowns and breakthroughs with it. Late nights going, I got to get a post out. Why? Because I'm committed to it. For her craft. Some of you, I would post if I was better at it. Yeah, well, go watch that woman. She hadn't put a post up before 3 or 4 years ago. One of the things I really love and appreciate and admire and respect about Louisa is how she asks for what she wants. Like, not just like little things like food or could you get me that this morning? Hey, would you mind grabbing my tea? Absolutely, I'd love to. But even big things like I'd like to make a request that when you speak to me, here's good morning, Steve. Yeah, I am being love, admiration, kindness, care, respect, gratitude for Luisa Milano. That's how I'm being, and I'm just sharing from that place. You guys can take from it what you want. There's no lessons here. One of the things about Louisa that is absolutely inspiring is how much she loves and cares for her family and shares her gifts with her family. She doesn't coach them without permission outside of an agreement, but what she has done to create powerful relationships. Those birds are noisy this morning. They must like my tribute today. What she has done to bring her family closer together, to establish relationships, closeness with each of her family, to lift her family up spiritually, mentally, intellectually, sometimes even financially, inspirationally, is just, it's amazing. Systematically, she looks at every area of her life and says, what can I create here that's better than it was, that would be more loving, more powerful, right? Like, there's no stone unturned, right? Imagine that. Imagine having that kind of commitment to creating. Speaking of family, how she loves my sons. I've got 2 grown boys, 21 and 23. Yeah, they'll be 22 and 24. She calls them her bonus sons. She calls them her sons. They don't call her mom. I think they call her stepmom sometimes as a joke. But like, she'll call them and just check in on them, see how they're doing, say hello. Whenever they're talking to me, tell Louisa we said hello. Tell Louisa I said I love her. Like the kind of being she shows up to be that two kids that aren't even hers love her like that. This might sound interesting, but how she treats, respects, and cares for my ex-wife, and how that shows up for my ex-wife, right? When I left my first wife, and I did leave her, there were a lot of years of really rough confrontation. I was with another woman, and there was just all this antagonism and acrimony and all sorts of things. And at a certain point along the way, I saw how I was creating all that, and I made a commitment to, no, I'm going to heal things, whatever I need to with my ex, such that we can all enjoy a meal together. There's photos of me, Louisa, the boys, my ex, her boyfriend, sitting down, hanging out, having fun, right? My ex will send my wife, Louisa, photos she finds of the boys when they were younger or something, right? That's a testament to who Louisa's being and who my ex-wife is being, but we're talking about Louisa today. One of my favorite things that she does, like that she loves to be around me, be with me, be close to me, cuddle with me. Speaking of asking what she wants, there's this thing like we'll wake up, and I always wake up earlier, go downstairs, kind of start moving around, what have you, and I'm always sort of listening for when she's stirring. But if I'm not, I'll get a text or I'll hear her, will you come cuddle with me? She'll call me back into bed to come cuddle with her, right? How fun is that? How beautiful is that? I'm also in bed before her, so I'll be in bed laying down. I'm kind of quick. I got face wash, lotion, teeth done. She has more steps than that. And one of my favorite parts of the day is I'll be in bed. Jax will be cuddled up with me. She's finishing up her routine. She'll come over to the bed, plop down on the bed, and brush her teeth with me. Like sitting there brushing her teeth. I can't. Well, she'll try to talk sometimes. But just brush your teeth. I'm not going anywhere. So that's a lot of fun. Her willingness to double down. Apologies for the lawn care, but hey, lawns need love too. Her willingness, her commitment to doubling down on anything, whatever she's committed to. She'll have her breakdowns, we all do. She'll do the work to see what she's supposed to see from it, what she's supposed to get out of it. Man, that is so inspiring. And how did you meet? That's a whole wonderful story. Maybe I'll share that now if I got some time, maybe not. Either that or we'll just listen to the Weed Whacker for a little bit. But she'll have her breakdowns and her breakthroughs, and then she's back at it, doubling down, recommitted, and also unafraid to let it go. So she has this incredible capacity to maintain commitment, singularity of focus, double down, triple down, quadruple down, whatever you say, but also knows somehow when it's time to say, I'm releasing that. I've taken it as far as I need to, and I'm going to walk away and do something else without any regret, without any sadness, just doing it. She's an incredible human being, how she serves her clients. I have the privilege of listening to her, sometimes through the walls, sometimes open doors. Sometimes I'll just go sit outside her door and listen to how she's talking to people and what she's sharing and the stories and how animated she gets. And just so you know, that could be a coach that's paying her. It could be someone in her, hey, good morning, Rebecca, someone in her family who just needs a conversation. It could also be someone from the Ultimate Facebook group. It could also be a stranger. She recently launched a group coaching program 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, what have you, to bring some of her work to a broader audience. And gosh, just listening her lead these people on a journey to being and creation and commitment is just, it's inspiring to listen to. So for those of you catching late, this is just me talking about Louisa and sharing some of my reflections and observations about this incredible being, and hopefully sharing a little bit about how being can create everything. I don't give up an opportunity. I don't miss an opportunity to create her as loving, as powerful, right? I'm taking a little extra time to really expand on all the beautiful things she's done. I'm sure I've forgotten so many. Oh, I got a couple. Man, does she laugh at my jokes. She loves my humor and cracks up. I mean, nothing in the world makes me happier than to hear her laugh. I have cataloged 27 distinct laughs that she has. She's got 20, and there's always like one that creeps in. I'm like, is that 28? I'm not sure, but she got at least 27 distinct types of laughter. How cool is that? And she never is stingy with her laughter. She's never stingy with her appreciation. Never stingy with, oh, that's so nice. Never stingy with appreciating me or somebody or acknowledging something I'm doing. If I'm cooking or if I fold some laundry, she always is she never not notices. And I do my best not to notice all the incredible things she does for me. So, thank you for allowing me to create Louisa in a powerful way. Know that I'm not doing it for any of you. I hope some of this was fun for you. You got to see some stuff, but just the chance to create her fills me with, man, so much yumminess. And I'll create her several other times today. When I speak her name, when I talk about something that we're doing to a client or somebody, I won't just say, well, Louisa and I'll say, well, my incredible, beautiful, sexy Louisa, my sexy wife Louisa and I, well, we're doing this weekend. I create that way. I learned that from Steve. Listen to how he speaks about his wife. He never just says, oh yeah, Amy, right? He creates her. And I want to acknowledge I spent a lot of years creating in past relationships with whoever would listen. Let me tell you what's not working today, or what bothered me today, or what didn't happen, or what somebody did wrong, or who left their underwear on the ground, or who forgot this or that. There's always more room and opportunity to create powerfully, and everything that's showing up in our world, we're creating it. So any relationship, seriously, any relationship, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your friend, your family, you're creating them with how you speak. Oh, maybe that's a new word. Speak and think about them. We'll call that spinking. How you spink about them. Hey, Steve, I think I got something here for us. Creation occurs in the spinking of it. The speaking and the thinking. I love that. So, pay attention to how you're spinking. For all the people in your life that show up as either beautiful, wonderful, positive, incredible, or annoying, frustrating, grating, what have you. Maybe if you spunk differently about them, they would be different. You would be different. That's all I got today. Have an amazing Wednesday. I love you all. And as always, if there's a way I can be of service, if you're wrestling in a relationship, right, and this could be with a loved one, or you want to create a better relationship with them, or with maybe a child, right? Like how people spink about their children. If those are interesting conversations, topics, something you're wrestling with, well, you know, to get a hold of me. It's like a message thingy, and I got all the time in the world. Love each and every one of you. Have a great day.